Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum. Here are some words of wisdom to start our day off well. And if I sound like a frog and look like I have a cold, I think it's actually I'm sneezing like crazy. I think it's because the heat is now on and there's dust blowing around. When you live in a 117-year-old house, keeping the dust down is, a lifetime job. So, if I sneeze in the middle, we'll just keep going. We have a good card today. Good morning. Good morning. I see two of you have popped on. Glad you are here. Abigail, good morning. Good morning. And, so, moving through our 21 days of invoking divine right timing and divine right order. I believe the end of our 21 days, let me take a peek here, is, this Sunday. Or Saturday. This Saturday is our last day. Now that does not mean you have to quit. Keep going. Keep going. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. Thank you for all the pretty flowers. Good morning, Joe Neal. I appreciate you being here. My sister is dropping messages in, so I'm highly distractible at the moment, but I will attempt to focus. I'm plotting in all these things for today. Good morning, Beth. Welcome. Glad you are here. I have a session with a friend where we exchange services. I have a session with a client. I have a trip to Green Bay with a friend if the third friend who had a hideous car accident in Alabama and now is back here is up for seeing us. And so it's going to be busy today. And I have my regular Tuesday coffee group, and we've started the Sophia Code book. So lots going on today. And it feels like it fits so well with this card. So I can't wait to share it with you. But first, because we are still in our 21 days of invoking divine right timing and divine right order, let's take some breaths and do a little tapping and settle ourselves into right here, right now. And then we'll do our phrases. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, feeling your butt grounded in the chair, your feet grounded on the ground, in through the nose. Good morning, Gwen, out through the mouth, settling into right here, right now, just for a few moments. Then you can get started with your day, but take this time just for you. In through the nose, out through the mouth. There we go. Awesome. So let us do our phrases. If you want to do your phrases with tapping, feel free. Sometimes that can help kind of drive home the points. Let's do them from bottom to top again today to get our brains to work with this material a little more flexibly. So starting at the bottom, call and response. Moving through the world, open to constant help, gets easier and easier with practice. The perfect steps are already picked, and I am guided to them. I am open to all signs and messages. And our first one coming last today. Today the divine will show me the way. And several of you are popping up repeatedly as watching. So again, I always read that as there's something really good for you here today. So there's our statements. Do you have a favorite for today? Which one's chiming for you today? For me, it's the I'm open to all signs and messages. Because I'm going to be out and about in the world today, I feel like that's a prime opportunity for signs and messages to come my way. How about for you? Okay, so I was quite surprised, but we are again pulling a card from the Healing with the Angels deck. And again, I don't state who created the deck because she has renounced all of her work in this area. It was Doreen Virtue. But I feel like her work is a good body of work, and I don't want to just throw the baby out with the bathwater. So even though she has renounced this work, I still use it. I think it's valuable. And our card for today, oh my goodness, spiritual growth. Spiritual growth. Beautiful angel, light behind her. Oh, that one's, I'm open to all signs and messages. All right, awesome. So Abigail and I are grooving on the same one. Anybody else have one that they're working with more or feel more of an affinity to? But spiritual growth, let's see what it has to tell us. Nice deep breath in, opening to receiving. And this card is indeed a sign and message. Spiritual growth, card meaning, you are going through a time of rapid spiritual growth. Enjoy the process. And sometimes it kind of feels like we're in a rock tumbler getting thrown around here with the rocks in the tumbler with us. But nonetheless, there can be some very enjoyable aspects to having our vibration lifted. So we're going to focus on those, and we're going to breathe our way through the parts that are a little more unsettling, shall we say. Yes, it is a beautiful card, isn't it? Make a great Christmas card. Yeah. Okay, so here it is. During this time, you may feel a mixture of many feelings: confusion, excitement, fear, and wonder. Absolutely the feelings that I think many of us are feeling as we uplift ourselves, as we rise out of 3D functioning and move into 5D functioning, raising our vibration. And so I'd like everybody to keep in mind Fritz Perls, who was a brilliant person in the psychology field, and I'm not sure what he calls himself, if he called himself a psychologist or not, because it was back in the day. But he said, anxiety is excitement without the breath. Ponder that for a minute. Anxiety is excitement without the breath. So if we feel anxious, but we get our breath going, there may be a point where it turns into excitement, or we can figure out what is provoking what we're perceiving as anxiety, and are we willing to shift that to excitement? All right, let's see what else we got here. You love your renewed connection with the divine, and you wish you could read, study, learn, or meditate on a full-time basis. Some people can. Yay them. Some of us sneaking in around the other things we're doing. Yay us. Simultaneously, though, you may worry about the implications that your spiritual studies will have on the rest of your life. What impact will your new spiritual pursuits have on your job, marriage, or friendships? These worries create a fear that may erode the enjoyment your spiritual studies bring you. Surrender these fears to God, dearest one. Trust that you are supported, loved, and guided in each moment. And again, if you come at it from the point of view that nothing gets presented to us that isn't in divine right timing and divine right order, there's a reason that what's coming to you now is coming to you now. So if you can embrace that, even if you don't have a clue what the reason is, well, it's showing up for a reason. Let's see what I meant to learn from this. Let's see how I can integrate this into my system, into my day, etc. Don't worry about how your future will blend with your spiritual growth. Trust that the same power, capital P, that brought you to your spiritual path will also take care of everything else for you. So hear that again. Spirit brings us to our spiritual path. We have co-created this spiritual path with the divine, and now we're moving along that path. And on the way, things that are already preordained show up. It's our opportunity. This is our learning path. So, what do we choose to learn from these things that happen? Especially and including the things that seem untoward, unpleasant, not good, etc. What am I meant to learn from this? What does this have to teach me? How do I want to integrate this into who I am and how I'm moving along my path? All right. After all, this power supports all of the planets in the sky. It will surely support you perfectly too. And I have had people who've done some variation of the, why would God care about me when there's all this other stuff that he has to attend to? First of all, again, if there's creation of all that is, you're a part of all that is. You're being attended to, even when you don't feel it. I think the biggest reason we don't feel attended to, guided, getting messages and signs is because we've got some kind of a block in the way. Including the block of, well, I don't deserve, or I'm too small. I'm small potatoes. I don't deserve to command the divine's time and attention. Again, I want us to think about this from the perspective that it is so beyond what we are capable of currently processing that we can't conceive of it. If we can just allow that, yeah, I can't conceive of this. I can't conceive of multiple lifetimes that I'm walking through at the same time. I can't conceive of this oneness that knows everything, everybody is in support of everybody. I can't conceive of it, but I choose to trust that that's what it is. Even if I can't yet, and I'm going to put the yet in there, because this up-leveling that we're doing is opening us up to much greater abilities. Are we still going to have all of the abilities that are potentially available to us? Perhaps not. But we're going to have far more abilities than we have in a 3D world. So don't be surprised if clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience are all coming online for you. And one of the ways I like to think about it is, like, if you fall asleep on your arm and your arm falls asleep and then it starts waking up, it's prickly, it's tingly, it's a little bit unpleasant as it comes online again, right? We may have some of those prickly, tingly feelings as all of these new gifts come online. Don't shut them down. Breathe through the discomfort. Think of it as growing pains. We went through that when we were kids, right? You'd lay there and moan because your legs ached. Same kind of a thing. We'll move through the discomfort of bringing them online, and our physical being will adapt to those new gifts being online, and we can use them. We can use them. So this card, I think, fits right in with our 21 days of divine right timing and divine right order, invoking all of the new things that are available to us, practicing with them, allowing them to be, embracing the new, paying attention to how does this impact my path. It may illuminate your path more. You may actually have a chunk of path that's rather dark. That's okay. It's part of the process. Just embracing it as part of the process and moving forward. So, have an awesome Tuesday. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are, including embracing this spiritual growth that we're all going through right now. Bye-bye.